Welcome to Ask Evelyn Live, where we answer your questions about recycling, compost, garbage, and other trashy topics. I'm your host, Becca Fong. And this week, are you feeling just a little bit extra? Don't worry, we all have our moments of feeling just a little bit extra, especially when it has to do with recycling, compost, and garbage. But don't worry, we got you guys covered. So, just a quick reminder that this show runs on us through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or you can also email them to us at askevelyn@seattle.gov. Hey, Pat.
Hey, Becca.
All right. I like that you're in the field, man.
I'm out in the field of my backyard. Yes, I'm out here with it. I got some props for the show. We got a great question this week. Happy to be joining you, combining our efforts here in education and outreach to do this show. I love it.
Absolutely. And Pat, you always have the props. I mean, I'm happy to give you props any day because you deserve
Props
all
on
of
the
them.
props. Nice.
Props on the props. All right. So we got a really great question about extras this week.
All right. The question is, hi, Evelyn. I got an oops tag because I put my extra recycling out in a plastic bag. I completely forgot that I wasn't supposed to put my recycling in plastic bags. What are some better options for putting out extra recycling? Thanks, Sasha. Quick answer, Becca?
Oh, yeah. So definitely. The quick answer is if you're going to set out extra recycling, you want to put it out in a paper bag or a cardboard box because those are made out of a recyclable material. You really want to remember no plastic bags ever. Sasha, you did a great job. I bet they're not in your recycling, but it's easy to forget when you're setting it out because you want it to be contained in something that we can't accept them in plastic bags. It's
Right.
the same problem. So that's kind of the quick answer. Make sure you put them in a paper bag or a cardboard bag. But we're going to get into some more details. And this is where the props come in, right, Pat?
That's right. I'm all set with my props. So here we are.
All right. So let's start with the blue cart.
With the blue cart. Okay. So the blue cart, as we all know, 96-gallon cart, put inside there all your recyclables. We don't want to see the lid propped up too high. You want to use an extra box or something when you get beyond your 96 gallons. And so right here you can see, I'm sorry, you guys, this is not, I should have practiced this ahead of time. There we go.
Man, you're doing great, Pat. You're doing great. You're killing it,
Hey,
man.
look at that.
Fantastic.
We got extra recycling in a box next to the blue cart. So that's really what you want to see is what you're seeing, right down there in that zone.
No, that's perfect because it's a cardboard box that's recyclable. Your boxes are all flattened. I think one thing to remember, there's kind of two things to remember is that extra recycling is free. You can put out up to one equivalent size 96-gallon box of stuff. And just make sure that it's right next to your recycle cart. And if it's going to rain, try to put it out as close to collection as possible because the rain will just ruin all that paper.
Yeah, and I think putting it on the opposite side of like your yard waste cart, like so it's surely, obviously not with the yard waste, but otherwise. And so moving on to the yard waste cart.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, we don't want to overfill it. We don't want to overwhelm the yard waste cart. So you should use a bag or another tub or something. A lot of folks have the old yard waste cans, an old 32-gallon tub of some kind, a trash can of some kind that they've labeled yard waste on it, because that's how we used to have our program. Our program used to be subscription-based, provide your own container. Fortunately, we now all have these wonderful carts that can take so much material. But when you have extras, those extras can go into one of these bags and you just put it next to your cart. And sometimes, actually, I didn't close that up, but it's better to kind of close it up so the driver has a little something to grab onto at the top.
Absolutely. And a good reminder too. So yard waste is a great deal. If I have used that a lot for extras because it saves me a trip to the transfer station. There's $6.55 an extra. So that one you have right there, that's one extra. Yes. We don't take food waste in it. So it's purely yard waste extras. So all your food waste should fit into your container. If it doesn't regularly, please call us and you can subscribe to the next size service if you happen to have one of those small carts. So, and right next to the cart, perfect. They're buddied up. It allows the driver to pick them up really easily.
And then over here, next to that is my garbage service.
Okay.
Which we have a little tiny container, as you can see there, a little box. But if we have extras, then we would put it in a clearly identifiable trash bag, something easy to recognize. And again, on the opposite side of the other container so that it's an easy, obvious pick for the driver. Because you want to make sure that drivers know what's what and what we're trying to accomplish here each time on collection. So trying not to cross the streams, as it were, like the Ghostbusters. Don't cross the
cannot
streams.
cross the streams.
Right.
Disasters happen when that happens. So
Okay.
I think that's a really good point, is that, you want to make sure that they're buddied up next to the cart, because each of your different streams is collected by a different driver in a different truck. And so you want to make sure whoever happens to come there first totally gets it and is like, all right, that is the extra that goes with this stream. And I love how they're super well contained, because these drivers are picking up anywhere from 800 to 1,000 carts a day. That's what a collection route looks like. And so we really want to help them out and make sure that they're safe, that, they can lift things easily. They know what's going down. They are essential workers that bring these services to you guys every day. And we want to make sure that we're helping them as much as we can and making sure that they're not lifting anything crazy. And that brings me to another really important point about extras, is that they should all be less than 60 pounds. Because that is just some heavy business too. If it's 60 pounds, that is just not a good thing to lift. So definitely make sure that. So I think really good point, Pat, to recap. Don't cross the streams. You want to make sure that your stuff is together. So bad. A portal will not open, but probably not great. The second thing is to make sure that you don't want to cross the streams.
No,
you want to make sure that they're contained well next to each other.
That's
and
right.
They're not over 60 pounds. So yard waste is going to cost you $6.55. Garbage is going to cost you $12.70 a bag. And I have used both of those services, like I said at the top. It just saves me a trip to the transfer station. It's a super convenient service, because you can just put it out when you're putting your carts out. So
and definitely. Our materials are fabulous. I think the materials that were developed by Becca and the team, but Becca on point, these are fabulous. This is a great, visual explanation of like how to do it right, how to do it well. And then on the flip side, within the flyer is all the price breakdown that she's talking about, the different rates for the different cans, the different rates for extras, how to do things. If you need this material, this information, just go to our website, punch it up, and it's right there for you.
Absolutely. And as always, we'll have all of the links in the show notes for the cost, where to find that great information that Pat just showed you that comes in your collection calendar for those of you who are single family residents. And you guys will be good to go. So I love dealing with, just a little bit extra, not all the time, but just sometimes.
She's feeling a little extra today.
Just feeling a little bit extra. But that's okay. We got you covered. So Sasha, thank you for that awesome question. I hope that these were super helpful tips. One really quick reminder we wanted to give you is that for those of you who do have some extras and you are close to the Lake City area, this Saturday, we are having one of our reuse and recycling collection events at the Lamb of God Lutheran Church. It's from 9 to 1. Again, we'll put a link to that event in our show notes. It's on our webpage. If you type in Seattle Beyond the Cart, it'll list all of our different events that we have. But they'll take foam, small household appliances, electronics, reusable household goods, paper for shredding, batteries and bulbs. Whole list is on the website. It is such a great service, and it's completely brought to you for free in partnership with our collector in the Lake City area, which is Recology. So
I think you're going to get a lot of play out there. That'll be a well-attended event. So I hope folks take advantage of that. Yeah.
Absolutely. So we hope to see you guys there. And remember, keep those questions coming. These are so great. We love hearing from you. It gives us a chance to chat with you and share some little tips and tricks every week. So with that, I'm Becca Fong. And remember, life's simpler with less stuff.
And Pat Coffin. Remember, don't cross the streams. See you later.
Bye. We'll see you next week, Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye.